Welcome back to Explaining Everything, the channel where we uncover the secrets, stories, and occasionally questionable facts hiding behind everyday things. Today's question comes from one of our curious viewers, Misty Mushroom 01. Thanks for the suggestion, Misty. You asked, how is rice harvested and processed? Fantastic question. I mean, we all eat it, but have you ever stopped to wonder how rice gets from swampy fields to sushi rolls and stir-fry? Well, buckle up, because today we're diving into the wild world of rice farming, harvesting, and processing. Spoiler, it involves a lot of water, patience, and way more steps than you probably thought. Stick around as we follow the journey of every grain, right here on Explaining Everything. First things first, rice doesn't grow in bags from the grocery store. Shocking, I know. It starts in fields, usually paddy fields, which are giant, shallow pools of water. Yep, rice is grown in flooded fields, which keeps weeds out and makes the rice plants super happy. Farmers either plant rice directly in the field or start it in nurseries and transplant it later. Imagine being a baby rice plant and suddenly getting uprooted and moved to a giant, wet field. Rough first day on the job. Then comes the waiting game. Rice needs around 4 to 6 months to grow, depending on the variety. And during that time, farmers are out there managing water levels, shooing away birds, and praying for no surprise floods or droughts. Farming rice is balancing nature's mood swings. Fun fact, a single rice plant can produce hundreds of grains. It's like the overachiever of the cereal family. Once the rice plants turn golden and the grains feel firm, it's time to harvest. Back in the old days, this meant farmers cutting the stalks by hand with sickles, like medieval reapers, but way more polite. Nowadays, a lot of farms use machines called combine harvesters that cut, thresh, and separate the grains all in one go. It's a rice harvesting transformer. But whether it's by hand or machine, the goal is the same. Get those grains off the stalks without losing them in the mud or feeding them to the birds. The harvested rice is called paddy rice, still covered in its tough outer husk. Think of it like rice wearing a protective hoodie. And no, you can't eat it yet. Well, you could, but it would be like chewing tiny pebbles. Not recommended. Freshly harvested rice is way too moist to store. If you don't dry it out, it's going to spoil, mold, or turn into a science experiment. So, the next step? Drying. Farmers spread the rice out under the sun or use big mechanical dryers to bring the moisture content down to around 14%. Any higher, and it's a mold party. Any lower, and the rice gets brittle. It's a delicate balance, kind of like trying to toast bread without burning it. Once dry, the rice can be stored in silos or giant bags until it's time for processing. Fun fact, in some countries, farmers spread rice out on highways to dry it in the sun. Hopefully, no cars are involved. Here's where things get technical. Paddy rice still has its husk on, so it goes through a milling process to become edible. Step 1. Dehusking, removing that tough outer shell. What's left is brown rice, aka the healthy stuff your gym friend keeps talking about. If you want white rice, though, there's another step: polishing. This strips away the bran layer, leaving those shiny white grains we all know and love. Sure, you lose some fiber and nutrients, but hey, it looks great in a rice bowl. Some mills go the extra mile and fortify the rice, adding vitamins back in to make up for what was lost. It's like giving the rice a multivitamin after it went through a rough spa day. And let's not forget, broken rice is collected and sold separately. Yep, even the broken pieces get their time to shine. Perfect for rice porridge, pet food, or rice flour. Nothing goes to waste in Riceland. Finally, the polished rice is packaged up, whether in giant sacks for wholesalers or tiny plastic bags for grocery shelves. Then it's shipped around the world by truck, boat, maybe even camel if you're feeling old school. By the time you pick up that bag of rice at the store, it's already been on quite the adventure, from muddy fields to drying yards to milling machines to packaging plants. And here you are, about to dump it in a rice cooker like it's no big deal. Respect the journey, folks. Every grain worked hard to get here. So next time you're scooping rice onto your plate, remember, behind every bite is months of farming, harvesting, drying, milling, and shipping. It's not just a side dish. It's a global effort packed into every fluffy spoonful. And hey, now you've got rice facts for your next dinner party. Or at least something to think about while you wait for the rice cooker to beep. Seriously, give a little nod of respect to those tiny grains. They've been on quite the journey. From muddy fields to your fork, rice really earns its place on the table. See you next time for more everyday mysteries uncovered. One grain, one glow stick, or one weird fact at a time. If you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe. Also, if you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for tuning in, and join us next time here in the channel that answers all the why, what, who, where, and how questions you've always wondered about, here on Explaining Everything.